Hey, El. I'm noticing a distinct lack of books surrounding us. Where are we going?
We are taking a trip to the cafeteria to get some food. You have done pretty good in your lessons so far. I believe it would be a good time for us to take a rest.
You kidding me? This place has a cafeteria? Do dark ones need to eat?
What? Yes, of course dark ones need to eat. Albeit not as often as humans or the normal souls of hell, but yes, we still have Wait, have you not eaten anything since you've become a dark one?
Guess not. But this is awesome. You think the cafeteria has deviled eggs?
Very funny, but yes, they do.
Oh, and what about?
Yes, anything you can think of, whether it be trivial wordplay or not, the cafeteria will have. When a soul becomes a dark one, it is transformed from an eternity of punishment to a period of lavish luxury. When a new devil is chosen, all the previous dark ones are
50? That you? What's up?
Hello, 38. It's good to see you. 51, this is number 38, an acquaintance and friend of mine. He was a huge help in teaching me about the Demon Encyclopedia when I first was appointed as a Dark One.
50 is she okay?
And what, may I ask, do you find so humorous about this situation?
God damn hell! I thought you had it bad with the shape of an L on your forehead, but 38? He's got a whole novel written up there. I'm sorry, it's just really funny.
That's pretty rude.
Don't worry about it. L, was it? All dark ones have Roman numerals on their heads. Mine just happens to be the longest one out of all of us here. I like your buddy's attitude. Y'all want to sit together? So, what demons has 50 been showing you, 51? Anything crazy or just boring ones like himself? Nah, they've been pretty interesting so far. Our first lesson, we went over this punchy ghost-looking demon and a zombie dinosaur one. Then in our latest lesson, we learned about these two demons with swords and claws. A real will-they-won't-they type deal. Seriously, 50? You're throwing the newbie into the deep end already? With all the demons in the book, you're exclusively sticking to the serious and powerful ones? Still the same old stick in the mud, huh?
I thought they were pretty cool.
Alright, listen up, 51. You've barely scratched the surface of the potential demon types. When I was getting 51 more acquainted with his new life as a Dark One, I eased him into the whole demon forging thing by starting out with some more lighthearted and fun demons. Very loosely speaking, of course. The first one I ever showed him was called Burrito.
Ugh, not this one again.
You still remember. You want to take the lead on this one then?
Fine. Burrito, as the name suggests, was a demon whose design was based off of a burrito. Not dissimilar to the one you currently have on your plate, 51. The only difference is that this demon had a mixture of hot and cold filling within it.
It's still unknown whether this was an intentional part of demon forging, or if the forger just simply forgot to cook the demon all the way through.
Yes, I was just about to get to that.
Sorry, just trying to move things along here. Is it me or have you started talking even slower?
Things would move faster without interruptions.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, regardless of if the half-hot, half-cold nature of Burrito was intentional, it was still able to utilize both ice-based and heat-based powers. The top half of the demon had icy breath and could fire frozen projectiles, while the bottom of the demon could reach inside itself and pull out piping hot filling to hunt its prey with.
Whew! And do I dare even ask what prey this demon was meant to hunt down? You can ask, but I was gonna tell you anyway. This demon was forged because the devil who created it actually died from an undercooked burrito. You're kidding me.
Yes, he is. The demon's primary prey is those who neglect to properly prepare food meant for others, more so through indifference than incompetence.
That makes a bit more sense. I'm almost scared to ask, but how many food-based demons are there in the demon note?
Now you have to be doing it on purpose. That one wasn't even close to Demon Encyclopedia.
I'm being dead serious. It's such a hard name for me to remember.
That's not true. You called it by the right name, just the other.
Nope, don't remember that at all. Hey, 38. What's a demon inspired by, a pineapple like? That depends. Are you trying to refer to Thornaxius or Thornaxius _03? I'm sorry, did you just say Thornaxius twice?
Not quite. It's a rare occurrence, but if a devil tries to name a demon with the name that already exists, then the Demon Encyclopedia will offer up some names as a replacement. Most of the time, the forger in question won't use any of these name suggestions and just come up with a different one. But every so often, someone will be too lazy and just use one of the suggested ones.
You're kidding me! But wait, doesn't Thornaxius _03 imply that there could have been at least a third Thornaxius? The original Thornaxius was, like you mentioned, a demon based off of a pineapple, at least for its head. The rest of the body was a tangled mess of vines that allowed it to move. Oh, gross! Don't tell me it crawls along the ground like an octopus. I don't think I'd be instilled with much fear if I saw a pineapple just flop into... Actually, now that I've put that image in my head, that does seem terrifying.
Yes, that is a rather absurd image to picture. But no. In actuality, the original Thornaxius has a humanoid-esque body made up of an entanglement of vines. So what you really should be picturing is a pineapple at about eye level lumbering towards you.
Oh my Dark Lord, it somehow got even worse. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous on paper, but in practice, this thing was pretty frightening. And we haven't even begun to cover its abilities yet. Okay. Yeah. So, what are its abilities? Oh, right. Sorry, I got distracted by this devil's food cake. So, the vines around Thornaxius' body allows it some control over nature, but its main abilities lie within its hands. Thornaxius can essentially sprout a giant fist in its left hand. The fist draws from the essence of rotten fruit in its surroundings. The more rotten pieces of fruit, the bigger and more powerful this apple-esque fist can become. I'm guessing this is a demon that hunts after prey that are guilty of massive food waste. Bingo! It's a type of demon where its prey's wrongdoings actually enhance the demon's abilities. And since it's pretty hard to just stop wasting food, Thornaxius has nearly a 100% success rate in its hunts. Is that a good or a bad thing? I was told the purpose of demon forging is supposed to get people to change their ways. So are we rooting for the people's atonement or for a new soul in hell?
It's a bit of a dichotomy, but we try not to dwell on the small details. Yes, part of the devil's responsibilities is to forge demons that target specific wrongdoers. But if the intended prey fails to change their actions, that's on them.
I guess that makes sense. But recently, some dark ones have been placing bets on whether a demon will kill its prey or if the prey will change before then. It was done pretty sparingly in the past, but with so many of us now, some of us have taken to gambling, which are pretty low stakes since we don't have any need for currency and most of us don't hold any valuable belongings. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Do they have like tournaments or fantasy leagues with demons that are made from the practice pages?
51, we are not gambling on demons, so please refrain from wasting time with asinine questions.
Fine. I guess you want me to ask something like, what could Thornaxius do with its other hand? I'm glad you asked. The vines in Thornaxius' right hands can grow and extend themselves to form a long, sharp blade. Okay, I was being sarcastic, but that's pretty cool. Alright, now this next one is pretty cool, and maybe one of my favorite demons. The forger of this one really went all out. Ho! Can I guess what demon it is? Sure, go ahead. Let's see. You've got a couple of grapes and an apple on your plate, though you haven't really touched them yet. The devil's food cake is long gone, along with several pieces of fried chicken. I think I saw fries on your plate at one point. This is harder than I thought. I got it! It's something milk-based because you finished more than half of that glass of milk you're drinking. Not quite. You were on the right track, and then you took a hard left into Randomville. To keep this game short, it's a demon designed after fried fast food called Transo. Dang it! I was so close!
You weren't, but I remember this one well. For such an unconventional thing for a devil to forge a demon off of, it ended up being quite the relentless and powerful demon.
Sure was. Transo took on the appearance of a standard fast food bucket that are utilized by most fast food chains, especially the ones that serve large portions. Rip and general wear and tear of the bucket make up its face, with 2 eyes in which you could see bones popping out of, and a mouth lined with rows of uneven teeth that are constantly dripping with blood. Or maybe it was ketchup. I can't remember. It was also able to fly thanks to its draconic wings that span over double the length of its body. If I recall, 50, you were quite captivated by this one.
I was, but could you blame me? This is a terrifying demon, despite what you may picture upon initially hearing that description. The demon was forged to go after gluttonous people. It would begin its hunt by targeting a potential prey who has a long history of overindulgence. It then follows its prey around, remaining invisible, until they make the decision to buy some kind of fast food. Once their prey places an order, Transo will transform itself into a food container resembling that brand, and will use persuasion to ensure the worker hands Transo over to their prey. As soon as its prey takes a bite, they'll instantly begin craving more and more fast food. The increase in desire starts off subtly, almost to the point where the prey doesn't notice or just believes they were particularly hungry that day. Over the course of the next 6 to 24 months, the desire for food will continue to grow more and more until Transo's victim loses all control. They will continuously keep eating and eating until eventually Transo will strike and confirm the kill by eating the prey's organs.
Wow, that's very dark. So that thing before about rooting for the hunt or rooting for redemption doesn't apply to every single demon or devil.
Indeed. In some cases, it is very easy to tell whether the devil in charge wanted to help people change their ways or just wanted to see people suffer. It honestly can get pretty grotesque at some times. Unfortunately, there's no real enforcement to limit how powerful or unfair a demon could be, which leads to some pretty gruesome circumstances.
You don't say. Alright, let's end things on a bit of a lighter note today. 50, do you think I should tell 51 about the moon cheese demon?
Seriously, 38. You know the moon cheese demon is a hoax made up centuries ago as a joke.
At one point, yes, but I remember looking through the demon Encyclopedia recently and sure enough, there was an official entry for the moon cheese demon.
Interesting.
No way! Tell me more! Ask and you shall receive. The moon cheese demon is a towering 8-foot tall demon whose entire body is composed of a very durable substance resembling cheese. Its head, with its one eye and crescent-like shape, is able to rotate a full 360 degrees. I can't remember all the details off the top of my head, but I do remember the Demon Encyclopedia also mentioned that it could create its own subsequent cheese demons to form a small armada. Hey, that sounds kind of similar to that zombie dinosaur demon I was talking about before, right, El?
Well, you see, with so many demons in the Demon Encyclopedia, there's bound to be some overlap in powers. Obviously, these two had stark differences to their abilities, but in the simplest sense, yes. Both demons have the ability to create their own subordinates.
Wait. El, didn't you mention before when we were going over the love demons that there was a whole bunch of demons based off of food?
I did.
Well, then were they all made by the same person? Because some of these seem wildly different than others.
While it is unfair to assume all demons that fall under a common theme were forged by the same devil in power, as 38 has already shown you, a lot of the food-based demons were forged by a quite well-known devil that went by the name Beelzebub, with the exception, of course, being the aforementioned Transo, who was forged by a successor and worship of Beelzebub some time later. Although I usually don't take this long of a break to eat, I figured this could be a good pseudo-lesson for you since the Demon Encyclopedia is currently repairing itself.
Oh yeah, from that weird D. Monroe lady, or whatever her name was. Sorry again about showing her the Demonomicon. I really screwed things up, didn't I? Wait, hold on. Did you say the Demon Encyclopedia had been compromised by someone?
Yes, this demon from another dimension approached us looking to recruit demons for an army of some sort. By a lapse in judgment, 51 explained to her how the Demon Encyclopedia worked, and she tore out a page before heading off.
That can't be right.
What do you mean? Both 51 and myself were there to witness it happening.
No, because I remember just the other day, I was going to read up on some demons when I was told that number 13 had stolen the Demon Encyclopedia and was trying to escape. Sure enough, when I entered the library, it was gone. 38? 13's sitting right over there. I know I'm new here, but I don't think he'd be so chill if he was trying to make out with all the demon knowledge. Guess I didn't notice him over there. But then, why do I have a different memory of why the Demon Encyclopedia is currently out of order?
Hold on. This sounds familiar. I think I read about something like this happening before. Oh no. No, you don't think. Unfortunately, I do. I believe the devil lied to each of us and took the book for himself.
If you enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend you check out some of the other demon-related videos we have on this channel. The story for 50 and 51 is kind of picking up, so you're going to want to be caught up on the lore. There'll be a playlist to all that at the end of the video. But first, a special thank you to everyone who submitted, which just so happens to be everyone who got drawn here. We only got 4 submissions this month for the ReCreations, but that's okay because I got to draw everyone who submitted, and that was a lot of fun. So, shout out and thank you to everyone who submitted: Christopher Willard, Ignatius Adewignia Dipta, Fazbear Entertainment, and Ark. And now it's time for the October 2024 ReCreations prompt. It's a little weird, but bear with me, I think you'll like it. I want you to take your favorite character from any animated cartoon show and genre swap it. Meaning, change the genre from whatever the original show is and redesign the character in a new genre. Very similar to how I turned My Hero Academia into a Western a couple months ago. Feel free to write any little blurb you want to switch their story to fit this new genre, or any design notes or details you'd like me to cover in the video. But all other details are on the screen right now. Happy drawing, and I can't wait to see what you submit. And finally, we have the awards and comments from last video. Last week's video was SCP Cereal Mascots Part 2. The award for Best Shading is a tie between Cannibal Toast Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Tiger Stripes Frosted Flakes. The Funniest Design Award was also a tie between Cannibal Toast Cinnamon Toast Crunch and the Trickster Trix Rabbit. And finally, the Best Story was, you guessed it, a tie between Tiger Stripes Frosted Flakes and the Trickster Trix Rabbit. Thank you all so much for voting. And your new categories for these 4 lovely drawings are Creepiest Design, Best Story, and Best Shading. Happy voting. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. And speaking of comments, to highlight some, our first comment comes from Daniel Blea, who says, "Those Cinnamon Toast Crunch little guys look like gremlins." And yeah, they were kind of meant to be these weird little grotesque little minion-esque looking people that would just like attack each other. It was a very fun design to do, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. Our next comment comes from Drawing with Mr. Sepulveda, who says, "Love Tiger Stripes. I really like the way you rendered him out." Thank you so much. I'm working on getting better at fur rendering. It's a bit of a roller coaster of a progress. It's like, hey, I understand this. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. So with more practice, hopefully I can get there, but I have not nailed down my rendering style for fur just yet. But it's getting there. Maybe. And our final comment comes from Rising Tide, who says, "This guy's the opposite of Dresden Oakland," which, guilty as charged. I took the SCP setting. I mentioned this in the Q&A live stream, I believe. I took the SCP setting. I'm like, what would be the exact opposite of a person who would be set here? Super serious, dangerous setting? Complete and utter goofball. And you all seem to really like Professor Marcus Plague, so I guess something went right. But thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe button. And as mentioned before, all the Demon episodes are up here at the top, and all the community recreation videos are here at the bottom. My name is KyngPin Creations. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.